Hey guys, welcome back to the Vid-Bits. I'm Bray, and today we are returning with our critically acclaimed series, starting at the month of May, known as Game of Day May, aptly named. It was some low-hanging fruit that I feel like, me and Dad came up with this, and we were just so surprised that someone else hadn't already done that concept, given the fact that it just rhymes. Like, it rhymes. That's the only reason we did it. We were trying to think of, people always have, series that they do at certain times of the year, like October-themed, spooky stuff and Christmas stuff. So we were thinking, well, what's a content period that we could fill with stuff that isn't usually, quite populated? So we did some brainstorming, and out came Game of Day May. And honestly, I think it's probably my favorite thing that me and Dad do consistently, just because you get a taste of so many different games, and you feel like, you're not necessarily stuck just watching, one game for that whole month. Say we're really feeling a game, maybe we're playing that game for a while, but with Game of Day May, you get all of the daily stuff that we do, so each new title that we cover for Game of Day May, as well as all of the stuff that we normally had planned. So that's the cool part, is, we're able to add so much extra content for you guys into the monthly schedule because, nothing super crazy is ever really going on in May. I mean, my sister's birthday's in May, but aside from that, there's nothing super crazy or chaotic going on this month for us, so I feel like it gives us the opportunity to be able to just do so much more for you guys. And I can't believe that this is the third time that we're doing this now. It feels like it was just, the first year of our content creation where we were doing Game of Day May 1 and nobody wanted to see it. Nobody tuned in at all. So now we're at the point where people tune in, regularly to our content, so it feels all the better to be able to, show off some of our favorite games, or games that we feel like, just don't get enough recognition. Last year was pretty much just indie games. Game of Day May year 2 was pretty much just indie games. So, this year we came up with a very definitive list of games that, we feel like represent us as gamers, and we picked 10 games from us, or 10 games from Dad, 10 games from me, and 10 games from you guys. So this year we had, the most community input when it comes to Game of Day May that we've ever had, which is awesome because, you guys know what you want to watch, you know what you're going to want to see. Bless you, Chief. If you've never played Risk of Rain 2, Risk of Rain 2 is... I don't know if it counts as a roguelike or roguelite. I don't really remember what defines each of those. But it has roguelike elements, I'll say, at least. So the enemies don't spawn in the same place. They kind of randomly spawn throughout the terrain. The terrain itself is randomly generated to an extent, almost like Minecraft. It's seeded, I think. And if it's not seeded, then it's just procedurally generated. The upgrades that you get and the power-ups you get are random, so it's kind of like, sometimes you'll have a super solid run because you get really lucky with the upgrades, and then other times it's just, it doesn't work quite as well. But it lends itself to quite a bit of replayability because of this. You can kind of just chill, talk to some buddies, maybe play with some friends if they play this game, and just kind of hang out for hours. I know a lot of there are a lot of content creators that just do commentary, and when they do put video game clips in the background, Risk of Rain 2 is actually a pretty popular pick for background clips. As well as stuff like Tony Hawk and Skate 3, of course, just because, you can kind of mindlessly play, or even just record the gameplay and someone can mindlessly watch in the background as you talk about any topic, really. I feel like this game kind of just lends itself pretty well to that, because whatever's going on is not necessarily as important as, you know, it's not like it's not something that you feel like you have to put 100% focus into. You're just kind of taking down various targets of different, you know, healths. You got bosses, you got... Chief, what is it, buddy? Wow. What is it? He is just howling like crazy. Let's see what our first upgrade is. Drop a healing orb on kill. This one's not bad if you get it stacked up to like the higher levels. Give me 1 second. I'm just pulling up chat. Oh shit. That might have been a bad idea. Alright. We got chat pulled up on my phone. I just wish Streamlabs would be able to update their live chat better. Like, it'll do good for a while, and then out of nowhere, you know, people will be like, I'll check my phone and they'll be like, why aren't you responding to us? And it'll literally just because fucking I'm looking at my monitor and I don't have YouTube pulled up on my PC, just because I feel like that's unnecessary stuff running in the background. There's little creatures down there in the water. I don't know if you can actually like complete a run of this. And if you can, I've never done it. Like, I've completed a run of Isaac, The Binding of Isaac, which is kind of similar. Also rogue. I think that's considered a roguelike. The Binding of Isaac, the original is so fucking hard. And I think it was actually on Game of Day May where we beat it for the first time. Am I wrong, Dad? Or were we just... Was that a normal episode, or was that Game of Day May? Because I remember we actually beat a passive Binding of Isaac, which I had never done before. Just because, you know, it relies on a little bit of luck and a lot of skill. It was Game of Day May. Yeah. That was a pretty big achievement, man. Just because of how, you know, how many times I had attempted to actually beat it. Obviously, it was within the... Hey! What is up? What? Do you want to go outside? Sorry, Chief has just been howling. Like, he was playing with his toy, so I thought he was just getting, you know, riled up because he was playing with his toy, but... Wow. Alright. I'm back. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, dude. This year, the pollen is killing me. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm pretty hypoallergenic as it is. You know, I get seasonal allergies yearly. But it's just like, God, this year is so much worse. I feel like it's not stopped. Like, even, like, you know, winter was okay, but, like, otherwise, I feel like it just, like, it's almost been yearly. Or, like, not yearly, but, like, all year. I don't know, maybe it's just the area I live in, but fuck. It's just killing me. I feel like sometimes my eyes are real puffy and like I'm just super congested. Like I feel like this is the first week that I haven't been like deadly congested. Appreciate all the support and all the likes already, guys. 8 likes already is pretty crazy. I think sometimes, I don't know if it's Dre or like, I think sometimes people like pop in and they'll like it so they can come back to it in their like videos, which is smart. Get radar scan. Reveal. Ooh. Yo, that's actually kind of crazy. Shows me where all the loot is. So, the other thing is, I appreciate all of the love on the tutorial I posted the other day. I could have worked on the camera angle a little better. The tripod I got can't angle down at all. Like, it's incapable of angling downwards. So, like, in the future, I just needed to find a better shot, or just not use the tripod, and which sucks because that's what I bought it for. But at the same time, I should be able to find some sort of, you know, I've seen people use vests and stuff with their phone, which that could work. I just need to find something where I can get like an angle of me, you know, doing something like on the table, because I feel like I could have just had a cleaner shot. But that's also me as more of a perfectionist. That is like one of the first of those style videos that I've really done. I mean, we did Badge Arcade, but that was, if you would have seen the jank prep that I had to do to get my camera in just the right spot, or my phone rather, for Game of Day May, it was annoying as hell. So, and then one-handing it when necessary. So like, I just need to find a way to get that to be more comfortable and get a more consistent and like downward camera angle. I think I might get one of the vests, but that's my only critique. I feel like nonetheless I gave a thorough explanation with a decent visual, which is really what you go to a tutorial for. I feel like people kind of forget, and games get traded in, and like Game Boy games can be resurrected pretty seamlessly. If there's no save, it's almost always the map. Like that's like, otherwise, you know, if you look inside of it, I think the next biggest problem is people putting those batteries in wrong, or getting solder on connections and bridging the connections, shorting it out. So then the battery's dead. Like, even if the battery is good, if you short it, it's not gonna do shit. Or like there's also fuses on the board that you can blow. Like it's one of those things that like you can't be super messy with the solder, and that's why you either need to get solder with flux in it, or add flux to your solder while you're soldering it, just to make it a cleaner connection. Because you can even see, like, there was a scorch mark on one of the boards from where someone had replaced the battery and not used flux, and when you do that, it'll scorch the board. I mean, not that most of the time it doesn't really affect the quality of the game at all. It's just you know, bad craftsmanship, I guess. Oh, that's Pops. Yeah, I think he did beat his PB on Rescue Rangers. Yeah, for reference, for those who are new, and I do have to say this sometimes, I'm Bray, half of the Vid-Bits, the other half being Pops. You can see him in chat. Pops Plays. That's my dad, and both of us make content here on the Vid-Bits. From retro to modern titles. I'm trying to branch out into tutorials and stuff. And, you know, there's such a wide variety of content. We do live streams every day, you know, especially this month. We're going to be doing a whole lot of content this month, which, if you don't know what Game a Day May is, it's essentially a, little series that me and Dad have been doing for two years previous to this. So this is the third year, season 3 of Game a Day May, and we just want to, it shifted a little bit, right? Year 1, we were beating a game every day for the whole month. Any way we could. If there was a quick way to beat a game, like some sort of trick, we did it. And we were stretching it towards the end. So we had to kind of change our goal for Season 2. So Season 2 was kind of indie themed, and we wanted to showcase indie titles. Just, give love to games that sometimes don't get as much recognition as a whole. Obviously, they have a cult following, but just to try to give more recognition to those games. And then now this year, this is just, it's based off the community. So we've had 10 titles picked from you guys. Dad picked 10 titles, and I picked 10 titles as well. So, this month, or this version of Game a Day May is just kind of community oriented. And we'll have a different version kind of every year. Me and Dad were talking, and a little bit of spoilers, I guess. We're gonna do like a Game a Day May Best in Show, perhaps some year, where we're essentially just picking a series, and every day represents a series, and we are going to pick what we consider to be the best game in that series, which I think that'll be a whole lot of fun. And that may be one of the only years that we're gonna have exceptions to the no repeating games rule. We try not to do the same game. Are they fighting? Oh, it's the drones. Okay. We try not to repeat games, and even though we have done games twice, 1 or 2 times, so that's our goal, to not repeat any games, and like between years, and unless it's like, I think we did Mega Man. No, we did that 1 year. No, it was Terraria that we did twice, and that was because it was a game that, no, we didn't do that year 1. What was the game we repeated, Dad? Regardless, our whole goal is to play different games each year, and just kind of showcase some of the best games, and help inspire people to hopefully get back to games on their backlog, or games they've been waiting to play. I'm personally guilty of just putting games off and not playing them because I'm so busy with other things, or at least convince myself that I'm so busy doing other things, even though realistically I could fit in some game time with some of those games that I'm pushing off. And Game a Day May is kind of a way for us to tackle that in a way. So if there are games that we really enjoy, and that we're happy that we started for the channel, then we're gonna obviously come back and continue those as series, after Game a Day May. So it's just also a way for us to kind of do an audience test and see, are you guys interested in some of these games, and if so, we'll continue. Because as much as I love doing things for me, like playing games that I'm really passionate about, sometimes it doesn't hit the broader audience, and you guys aren't as interested in that. So it should be, a give and take. There should be some games that we play for us, and then other games that we play for you guys, and then they could end up becoming some of our favorite games. Like there are certain games that I don't think I ever would have played if it weren't for friends or other people suggesting that I play them. Like this, my buddy Luke, He is just, he is obsessed with certain games. Like, he really loves this game. He loves Borderlands 2. I think I was talking about it when we were playing Borderlands. He has put thousands of hours into Borderlands 2. Same with this. And I introduced him to Terraria, and he became that same way with that game, where it was like, he would play it all day doing... He's done more runs now than I ever have, kind of thing. And, you know, I felt like I had played the game for years and put a whole lot of time into it. And then, like, he started playing modded, and, like, he's fully completed a Calamity playthrough multiple times. And, like, I've never done that. Some of those later stage bosses require super complex build crafting and stuff, and it made sense to him. So it was like, I love when my buddies are able to introduce me to games that, you know, maybe I wouldn't have played otherwise. But I will say, it sucks when someone, like, buys a game for you on Steam and you really don't end up liking it. Like, my buddy Tyler got me Eco, and I'm just not a fan. It's just not my type of game. Like, I can understand how other people love it, but it's just like, it's too involved, you know? And he loves titles like that. You know, he's also a big fan of, like, strategy games and, you know, real-time strategy and stuff, and, like, I just can't with that. I don't want to sit and do statistics and or like look at a bunch of numbers and a spreadsheet and shit. Like, that's just not my thing. But, like, that's why he loves Morrowind. It's just like, it's the same thing. It's like, he loves that super involved, you know, calculating kind of game, and you know, more power to him. It sucks for me sometimes when, you know, other people are super passionate about stuff and I can't get into it. You know, it's just not my thing. Catch up in chat. Chat in a second. See, now my phone's the victim of not refreshing. Spreadsheet Simulator 5 on sale. It's totally true. See, that's the thing, is it's like, I love that those experiences exist for other people so they can enjoy video games as much as I enjoy video games, but, like, at the same time, it's like, it's just not my thing. Like, whereas, like, this is awesome because you have so many different characters you can play as, and it's just almost like a sandbox of destruction. You run around and destroy shit. Like, in the music and everything is very, you know, it keeps you engaged, and you don't... I think I might turn the volume down just a tad. Holy shit. I realized how much it was spiking. Okay, that might be better. I didn't want to take too much time for that, but, like, in general, I feel like sharing games and, like, it being a community thing is the best part, you know? Like, I don't think certain games, people wouldn't be nostalgic for certain titles the way they are if it weren't for their friends or family or people who played it with them. Like, say, for example, Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2, most people hold that so, like, so high as, like, the best Call of Duty game if you grew up in the right time playing that. And that's just because between the community, the custom emblems, your buddies playing with you, so all of you reacting to this together, the classic zombies maps, like, I feel like that's what makes Black Ops 2 such a iconic experience. And as much as MW1, 2, and 3 all are iconic in their own right, I don't feel like, because they didn't have that zombies mode and there wasn't that variety of content, I feel like it just doesn't hit the same, like, check the same boxes for me personally. I play COD first and foremost, I'm going to be absolutely real, for zombies. Like, I got introduced to the series for COD Zombies, so it's always really been my primary focus, and, like, it's why I don't play or buy the games really anymore, because they either don't don't have a good zombies mode. They change things that are critically important about the mode to me, or they just look plain boring. Like I feel like the graphics movement and like the engine hasn't evolved since, you know, Modern Warfare 2019, and most people will probably agree on that front. So it's just like, I think we're all kind of just sick of the bland ass Call of Duty experiences that they put out now. So, you know, as much as people back in the day wanted to say that COD looked like the same game every time, it at least, like, there are distinct differences between a game like COD Ghosts, COD Infinite Warfare, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. Like, they're not the same, you know? You know, they have different souls. And they have, like, you can tell that they're made by different teams. So it's just like, I don't know. It sucks to see the downfall of Call of Duty in such a way, because I personally found it, like the zombies mode at least, and you know, certain games had a good multiplayer as well, but I only enjoyed the multiplayer because I had friends to play it with. You know, you don't really catch me going and playing those things on my own anymore because it's just not my appeal. But more power to anyone who can still sit and grind camos mindlessly and, you know, get headshots and long shots. Like, good for you. I'm glad you're still enjoying that. Or if you know, maybe they just started that and, you know, they're younger. I don't know. It sucks that I feel like I was introduced to Call of Duty at its, almost at its, like, apex or its prime. Like, BO2/BO3 is where the game really peaked, in my opinion. Like, so I don't know, maybe they'll make a comeback someday, but I fucking doubt it at this point. Ooh, I'm getting good drops. Like, I actually have gotten pretty decent luck when it comes to my drops for this. Most of my runs I just get shit on. Maybe they fixed the balancing. I heard that people were super upset about the DLC for this for some reason. I don't really know much about... Oh, that could have been bad. I don't know much about the DLC in question, so I'm not sure why people would be upset. I just heard like a slew of horrible things, like nothing good. Just that they dropped the ball, that it was unengaging. Like, those are horrible things to hear about a new DLC or a game in general, considering people love this game. When I heard that there was more DLC coming out, I was like, it's got to be, you know, a home run, and it was just a swing and a miss. I should be able to teleport now, but given all this money I got, I should go try to find some more upgrades. Yeah, there's an upgrade over there. I remember playing this in class. So I went to I guess you could consider it like a vocational school or like a career school for IT. And you know, my teacher just kind of clocked out in the middle of the year. He just kind of stopped teaching, like, and it was shitty because, you know, I felt like at the beginning they sold us, right? They kind of like made such a good pitch when it came to like the kind of things we were going to learn and the type of experiences we were going to have. And it just like, it never seemed to live up to that in any regard. The only skill that I'd say that I really have retained or even learned from IT school would be soldering, which, you know, it's cool that I know how to do that, but I think I could have taught myself that. And I actually, in being realistic, I actually really did teach myself. It was like, you do it, you go up to him. Is this good? No, go back and do it. That's what it was. Like, he knew what the finished products should look like, but he never gave us any guidance on how to do that. So everyone just kind of kept doing it until they were either able to successfully solder or they would destroy everything they tried to do. So, you know, with that, I feel like, you know, it was kind of more like a self-teaching type situation. But, you know, I feel like gain massive armor for 5 seconds. I feel like me and my classmates really did like teach and learn from each other a lot, which was a good skill to learn, but it's like, what the hell was the teacher there for? I was trying to think of what other... I was trying to make another point. Oh, but it just goes to show that, like, you know, regardless of how your school experience went, you can always go and do things on your own. You can always, you know, figure things out for yourself, and it really, it was a good experience in that regard. God, I need to take a sip. 1 second. It was a good experience in that regard because I did become closer with my classmates and stuff. Though we all were kind of just annoyed after a while that my teacher just clocked out like that. I don't know. I feel like he just, in reality, just lacked experience and ultimately wasn't able to do that much. So he just tried to do all that he could. And once he got to the lessons where he really couldn't fake it till he made it anymore, he kind of just flopped. Like, dude, I remember my teacher getting pulled out in the hallway by the principal and getting talked to like a teacher would do to a student. And then he came back in mortified, dude. He looked so, like, he looked like his soul was fucking snatched out of him. Like, all of his manhood was just taken away from him. Like, it was kind of sad in a way because, like, you know, we all knew what was going on, and he was doing a bunch of stupid shit, like just, you know, letting kids steal lab equipment, yada yada, and it's just like, you can't do that. It makes sense why ultimately I think he ended up either retiring or getting fired, so. Oh, sticky bomb kind of sucks. Sorry. Couldn't tell if Chief needs to come back in or not. Thought I heard him barking, but it could have just been him playing with the neighbor's dog. I don't even know what that means. That looked horrible. I just got all... Oh no. Whatever that thing did was bad. I lost all my fucking upgrades. I got 12 sticky bombs. That's horrible. We're cooked. We're cooked. All of our damage upgrades. Oh my god. That's fucking horrible. I should not have just done that without knowing what it did. At all. It is indeed Chief the Destroyer. Oh shit. I need to trade away these. is at least something better. Dude, I completely forgot what that thing did. Oh, it's a bomb. That's not a pie. That's a bomb. From a bomb factory. Yeah, Topaz Brooch is not too bad. I just need to collect as many upgrades here as possible before I move on. I kind of got screwed there. When I got sequenced, it turned literally all of my shit into sticky bombs, which is, in my opinion, one of the more useless upgrades. Ooh, what's this? No, not the Topaz Brooch. It's the last thing I picked up. Chance to block. Okay, that's not bad. Oh, I'm cool. Sweet. Oh my gosh. This is not looking good. Ooh, I forgot that you took full damage in this game. I think the more that you get that particular upgrade, it just increases the potency of the healing orb, so not a bad upgrade to switch the stupid sticky bombs for. This is just not looking good. Like, I lost all of my stacking damage upgrades. Now it's just getting chaotic. Healing orb. Oh, I'm dead. Holy shit. Oh my gosh. Holy shit. No. No. Holy shit, dude. Sorry, I thought Chief was ready to come in. He's just getting real rowdy outside. Holy shit. A bad time to pause. Focus so hard right now. Holy shit. We did it. Against all odds, we actually beat that round. That's crazy. Damn. $600 for an item, that's crazy. Ten percent chance to bleed enemies on hit. That's not bad. We could swap a couple of these out. Oh yeah, dude, that's heavy. That bleed damage is crazy. Now Chief's barking. Be right back. Alright, Chief is finally back inside. I wouldn't say that this is like the average playthrough. I feel like I would have been dead earlier. But then again, I got a lot of good luck, so that's part of it. I thought that was the exit portal for a second. Still haven't even found the teleporter yet. If I can get over there. I'm dead. Surprising. I thought that would have been so anticlimactic if I died to fall damage, but that would be so on brand for me. Yeah, I'm not gonna scrap items. That's been pretty helpful so far in that slow enemies on hit shit. Oh shit, that's a big ass lizard, yo. See, the thing is, you don't know what a lot of shit does until you just pick it up for the first time, so it's definitely better to have an upgrade than not have one. That's what we're taking, chat. Gain 100% critical strike chance. Yeah, dude, we just destroyed him. Oh, this is gonna be so good. This upgrade. That's the shit, dude. It's the teleporter. No, it's not. It's these other structures that resemble that. Nice. Create a sticky bomb for another one of these. That's what I lost. Do another one. I'll trade a javelin for it. I'll trade another javelin. My last teddy bear. It'll be worth it. Alright, so where the hell is this teleporter at? The difficulty just is like a series of laughing. What the fuck? How many of these drones can I have at once? Like, am I losing them, or can it only just keep track of 4 at a time? Seems to be highlighted. Okay, I'm not gonna keep messing with that. It looked like it became highlighted when I came up to it. Well, okay, so let's check lower in the ground. This ability is crazy, you know. Gotta be somewhere this way, right? Why did I take fall? I was literally... Figured this would just make me exempt from fall damage. Limited amount of uses to deal or what? I feel like I've looked pretty much everywhere. Where is this hiding? Gain access to a rusty lockbox that has a powerful item. Okay. I've come across the rusty lockbox before, but I haven't had a key to use it. I just happened to get really, really good drops today for this character. I don't think I've been this way. Sticky Bomb's not the greatest, but I mean, when you finish a stage, you lose all your money, so getting the max amount possible per stage is recommended for sure. And it was at the end of this hallway. That's weird. What equipment did it take? I wonder. It took my damage buff, dude. That's fire. That's actually really good. If that's gonna activate that critical, like, plus, what was it, like plus 20 something percent critical damage? No, it was 100% extra crit damage is what it was. Yeah, so that being in an equipment drone is actually fire, because that's gonna be able to utilize that power and like pop it quicker than I would. Like, look at those big crit numbers. That's what's active right now. Oh no, that was bad. That drop was a lot of damage. What the hell? What the hell? I've never seen that lava worm before. Holy shit, he's bright. Wow. That's crazy. Ooh, dude, he hits like a truck. If we get the option to leave before killing this guy, I think we might. He's working. Oh no. Teleporter's ready? Oh, we're going. Oh, we killed him. So we done. Yeah, that lava worm was it because I maybe took too long in the stage or something? Like, I don't know. He was crazy. He was like a different kind of crazy. I'm surprised we made it through that. Oh, wow. Yeah, that lava worm was crazy. I've never seen that enemy before. What was that? What the hell? Another enemy I don't think I've ever seen before. Oh no, this is getting kind of crazy. Oh no, there's a big lizard guy. My goal is to last at least an hour. It would be pretty impressive to me personally, and I don't know if I've made it an hour before. Typically like 30 minutes is where I die. Oh no, the worm's back. Oh no. I'm dead. Dude, that worm. That was crazy, guys. That was nuts. Try playing on drizzle mode for an easier time. What is drizzle mode? Like you suck? Like you're shit? Drizzle mode is in your shit? That's crazy. That's crazy. Let me grab something to drink real quick. This game is nuts. Oh man, just had a huge drink of chocolate milk. Just completely quenched my thirst. Oh. What's the best part of the game so far? Just the replayability, I'd say, because, I mean, each run is so different from the last. I feel like this next run is going to be completely... No, I don't want to be on Drizzle. Drizzle. No, I did not steal our aunt's chocolate milk. It's my own chocolate milk that I bought with my money. Why would you assume, Dad? I don't want to drink the generic chocolate milk anyway. I heard a bunch of horrible things about the quality of milk right now. That I guess a bunch of people got fired who are responsible for making sure milk isn't, you know, poor quality and shit. So I saw something that was like, yeah, you should probably get ultra pasteurized milk. Just to avoid any possible contaminants or whatever. Not to mention the fact that I guess the United States has a lower grade milk requirement than other countries in general. I need one more dollar. Okay. I'm surprised that that last run lasted a whole hour. Oh no. I hate the wandering vagrant. Just because my weapon is a shotgun. He's cooked. I'm gonna go around and try to find some upgrades before we leave. That's a dead body. There's gotta be some sort of upgrades we missed. Here we go. Increases attack speed. Seems like I keep getting the same shit this time. I don't really think I have anything I need to scrap right now. Another scrap thing. It's not really doing anything helpful for me. But yeah, it's nice to be back in May because I feel like sometimes it's stressful to come up with new ideas for, you know, content or like new games to play and stuff. So it's nice to be able to kind of plan that out ahead of time and then have something to kind of look forward to, having it already planned, and you know, just know that there's not really a whole lot of stress in that department. Because I feel like the hardest part for me is deciding what I'm gonna stream for any given day. Because sometimes, you know, what's doing well on the channel may not be, you know, what sounds the most fun to you, or really is the most exciting thing for you at the moment. So, you know, it's just all about balancing that, really. Try to do a couple for you and then a couple for, you know, the subscribers. Most of the time they're just going to want to see you play whatever you're most passionate about anyways, but you have to play games with some level of appeal. Yeah, it's probably about time to move on to the next area. So, is anyone in chat, do you know if it's possible to complete a run of this? Like, or is this one of those things that it just kind of keeps going on forever? Or maybe is there like a boss you kill that, you know, then like signifies the end, but you can keep going? Or what's the deal there? Need 3 more. Just an enemy hanging back here, but there's no sort of items or anything. Damn. Unfortunate. I think we're just gonna move on to the next one. It seems to be pretty damn empty here. We destroyed him. Alright, let's go gather a couple upgrades before we move on. The drones are hella powerful if you get the right ones. Like you saw that equipment drone. He took that item I had that made it so I would get like a 100% boost to critical, or like 100% chance to get a critical hit. And then it would activate it like periodically. It was a pretty cool upgrade. That crowbar is not a bad upgrade either. Nice. It's not bad. I appreciate that they like highlight the teleporter once you've like completed it, or like opened it up rather. 80. So this is like a normal one, and this is gonna be like a... Never mind. There's also a normal one. Alright. We can probably move on to the next stage now. Two mops! Welcome to stream. Yeah, you're all funny, Dad. You're all clever. That's why we love you. You're the funny guy. This one's not bad. It's pretty open, which can be a good thing, and sometimes it can be a bad thing. Topaz brooch. I don't know what that is. Let's take the banner. I'm so sorry about that. That was nasty as hell. Extra damage to bosses. Definitely a good pick there. Yeah, that's true, Dad. I didn't even think to announce that. In honor of Season 3 of Game a Day May and our 3-year anniversary here on the YouTubes, we made some merch for you guys. Or at the end of the 3rd year. Yeah. But yeah, we made some merch for you guys, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. We definitely we are, you know, looking for new designs still, new items. You know, we've got stickers, cups, hats. Trying to get a beanie going, but I have to work on a custom design for that because it'll be embroidered, and don't really have anything ready quite just yet for that. We're also we also got long sleeves, hoodies, so be sure to check that out in the shop section. I'm pretty excited to get my hands on my own chief wear. This first drop is all focused around our lovely husky chief and his deep fried line, which I don't know. You always see like fucking deep fried pictures of animals, like not like actually deep fried as in like cooked, but like, you know, it's been heavily. It's just been made to look bad on purpose. So so we've got that going on with Chief on a mug, a shirt, a hoodie, and a long sleeve. So as well as a sticker. So if you want to put that on your PC, that's what I'm gonna do. I've ordered some stickers, and I'm considering getting a shirt. I think it would be fun. Why not? And it's not like limited edition as of right now, but I figure we'll probably only keep a handful of things in the shop at once, and just kind of, you know, change it out as time goes. So as of right now, it's not limited edition, but that could change in the future. You can kind of just, you know, lose focus and fuck shit up, and you don't really have to put too much thought into it when you play this kind of game. Shit, who's calling me? 1 second. Alright, I'm back. So sorry about that, guys. Didn't mean to have such a long break. Just got an urgent phone call and I needed to respond. Ooh, lunar coin. I don't know if I necessarily would have traded a med kit for that. Where's the telephone? Damn. Damn. Those bighorn bison don't fuck around. Let's do one more. Cautious slug. That seems pretty damn good. I'm looking for more shit to buy. It doesn't seem like there are too many more items left. Seems like I found almost everything. I almost just died right there. There we go. There's another item. That ain't worth shit. Ugh, another sticky bomb. Woo! Dad has been a member for 8 months. 5 months. I'm wrong. He literally just wanted them cheap emotes, man. But what Dad says is true. queen. Oh my god, I died. Holy shit. I just got so used to being so badass after a while that I just fucking croaked. I was used to how much damage I could take, like, after being alive for a while. Holy shit. And I only said I was gonna do one more. That's nuts. That's insane. Well, guys, that brings us to the end of day 1 of Game a Day May, a series where we show off a different game every day for the month of May. And I'm just so happy. I'm so happy we're here. I'm so happy to be able to be sharing some of my my favorite games with you guys. I can't wait to see what Dad has picked for his games, and not to mention all the games that you guys yourselves picked out. It's just gonna be awesome. This month is just a celebration in a sense of the Vid-Bits and, you know, what we've accomplished and where we're headed. So I can't wait to play more awesome games with you guys. Here, let me quickly look through the logbook. I think we got some new monsters. There's no way these ones are new. It was the big old worm guy. We've never seen that guy before. Huh. That's weird. Why did it reset that? Yeah, you obviously can win if it says defeat, so we'll probably have to pick this up as like a casual kind of challenge. You know, I feel like it'll be worth the effort for sure. It's one of those games that you can kind of just pop in, play for a bit, and, you know, be satisfied with. You don't necessarily have to go super far. I mean, I felt pretty damn satisfied just playing for around an hour, so that was a pretty big accomplishment for me. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to play more games for you guys and show off more awesome stuff in the future. But as always, it's been Brave from the Vid-Bits. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Peace. Just a little quick shout out to everyone who stopped by. Shout out to Pops, of course. Shout out to 2Mops420. Shout out to Bup. Shout out to Manny DeMormon, of course. And shout out to Dre, because Dre's the one who suggested that we play this game. So shout out to everyone who I mentioned. Until next time.